Hello everyone, this is Sandman. What I want to talk to you today a little bit about is leadership. It's everywhere. It's trendy, it's a buzzword, we've all heard of it, maybe partake in it, maybe you are a leader, you're certainly around leaders or work for a leader. So what is it? Well, it's simple in its term by definition, which is the action of leading a group or an organization. But we hear so much about it. It's extremely important in today's world. So let's look at some of the significance from a business perspective of why leadership is so important. So when you look at leadership, what is it? People sometimes think of, someone in control, almost like a superhero type being that's sitting back and watching everything take place and say, I wonder what the leader does, or he just leads and kind of commands and we all just kind of follow. But it's more than that. Very hands-on. You look at the business as an entire complex, an entire organization and structure. You're trying to figure out, where's it going? What's the next step? What does 2017 have in store? Right? So these leaders that maybe sound or seem that they could be in command, they don't always have their head down and continually work and push forward. They do, but they have the ability maybe to see a little bit further, to start implementing steps and goals for the organization, to put into place and have their team and their coworkers and employees all come together for a common goal. So with that, you look at some of the different styles that there are with leadership. I'm sure you've all worked for different leaders. I'm sure you've all seen some different styles, maybe some that have worked a little bit better for you, maybe some that haven't worked out so much for you. You maybe even you left a job because of a particular leader that you may have worked for and things just didn't get along. So though there may be some styles or some traits that us as individuals may not get along with, some of those individuals could still be a very effective leader. You have a pace-setting leader that kind of drives their employees and has a little bit less trust in their employees. That's kind of their style, but they expect high expectations and they'll be right there with you working hard. They expect results right away, but they also have a long-term goal that they're on pace to just consistently work towards on a daily basis. Maybe there's the coaching leader, the one that says, hey Chris, how are things going? How did last quarter go? How is this week going? How can I help? Let's go through and strategize. Let's go through some trainings. Let's help put together a plan to maximize your efforts to achieve your goal. So as you look at some of the different styles, it's very apparent of how leadership is impactful on a daily basis. So just look at the last couple weeks and some of the things that have changed. The presidential, race and the different candidates that were out there. So regardless of your feeling of who won or what your belief may be in the party, these leaders have to be resilient. Things change, and it feels like an hourly basis, but things change so consistently. You have to be agile. You have to be able to, again, touched on earlier, see a little bit more into the future, have a goal, have an objective, and making sure the team understands what the goal and objective is, and being able to set forth those and lead by example, and do it with inspiration and motivation. A lot of people will do things if you just help inspire them. So that's one key trait that we want to make sure that we see and that we feel, so we understand why we're following who we're following. From a global perspective, you look at some of the leaders nowadays that are around that everybody knows about. Let's just take the Pope, for example. Everyone knows, and it's a pretty large organization and a pretty fair amount of followers, I would say, that the Pope has. But as you look at him, look at the impact, that he has on his people. And why is it? It's integrity, it's trust, it's belief, it's communication. So these are very, very important things on every level of leadership and every aspect of life of leadership, whether that be global or within your business or within your organization. So as we look back at leadership and you say, well, how does it work and really kind of what is it? We all want to be a part of it. We all kind of know what it is, but it is a little bit more complex. And leadership nowadays is something that people are striving towards and something that all organizations are working towards. But it's really not something that can necessarily be duplicated on a daily basis or from organization to organization. We focus, we work hard, we look at our leaders, we rely on our leaders to say, where are we going to take this next? It's implemented in change. Leaders implement it within the organization, and they implement it within their team to help motivate. So on a positive note, you follow the leader, hopefully achieve all your goals, and be motivated. And for some of the leaders that maybe you don't see eye to eye with all the time, take a step back for a minute. They probably have some good ideas too. Thank you.